here we are in Cascade Locks doing a little bit of sailing with Charlie McKee and the Skiff Squad. We're going to talk about a little bit of a Gybe Round Up. So the premise of this maneuver is maybe you're a little bit overstood, had to take the kite down and you're reaching into the gate mark, or maybe the right-hand turn is extremely favored and instead of going the one and in to the left-hand turn, you're looking to pull off that nice, sweet jibe around that favored mark and be heading to the left side of the course. So the premise of this maneuver is all about keeping the boat extremely flat through the barroway and being able to have control of the sails out of the maneuver. So as you can see here, as we come into this maneuver, I'm working extremely hard in keeping the main as easy as possible while keeping both Ian and I out of the water and the boat really flat. And so you're controlling a lot of the leash tension here. The jib has been eased all the way to our max setting so that the jib is as depowered as possible. On top of all those things, there's plenty of Cunningham on. So if you were to go into this maneuver, you would be dousing the kite, the crew would be looking to pull on some Cunningham and then jump onto the wire, take over control of the main sheet and ease the jib. As we come into this maneuver, you can see that Ian is doing a really good job of keeping the boat extremely flat and kind of eyeing up where he's going to start the rate of turn for the jibe. And so basically what you're looking to do is you're trying to start this jibe at the apex of the 3 boat length circle. That seemed to be the best place to have maximum control of the maneuver and be able to have it timed perfectly so that when the jibe is finished, you're looking to round up right around this mark. So one of the key things in the barroway is having both the crew and the helm kind of come in off the wire at exactly the same time. You can see we're really synced up here in our weight movement, and I think that creates a really stable platform and allows the helm to be able to drive the boat cleanly through the jibe in the barroway. If there's at all a difference in the weight movement, if the crew goes in too early or too fast, the boat's going to have a lot of leeward heel, and then you're going to be fighting on the rudder the entire jibe. It's going to be really, really hard to jibe the boat. And the same is true. If the helm goes in too soon and the crew's still stuck on the wire, the boat is just going to cave to weather and you're going to death roll. So having good sync of the crew and the helm weight is really critical. As we come into this jibe, I'm looking to get into the middle of the boat with a couple steps and grab the boom and kind of guide the boom across. If the rate of turn is quick and consistent, the boom should be pretty unloaded and should be able to kind of float over. But it's really important for the crew, I think, to be looking to grab the boom and also to guide the boom to the jibe. Control of the main leech is everything in the jibe. If the main leech is controlled and the rate of turn is consistent, you're going to have no worries whatsoever. But if that boom is not going to come across and it's preloaded, you're going to have a lot of trouble. So being able to guide the boom through this entire maneuver is super critical. Ian is looking to get across the boat smoothly and get to the new wing quickly so that he can control the weight early. And also he's looking to grab the bail and get clipped up. We found that it was really, really important as a helm to be clipped up as early as possible. That gives the helm maximum maneuverability and the ability to really steer the boat cleanly out of the jibe. And as a crew, you're looking to help keep the boat flat. So you can see here that as I come through this jibe, I help guide the boom. I don't worry about the jib. I'm passing the main to Ian, and I'm looking to keep the boat flat first. And then once I feel the boat stable and flat, I reach in for the jib, grab the handle, and pop out of the wing. Now maybe we could have done a little bit better job of keeping the boat flat through this maneuver, but as you can see, Ian's focused on the bow, watching it track through the waves, and he's gonna go for the bail clip and sit into it right when I'm jumping out. And so once again, we're looking at clear and good sync of the body weight as we're jumping out onto the wing. And that's gonna keep it really easy on the helm to drive through this maneuver. And then the backside of the maneuver, it's so windy here that it's really easy to over trim the jib. If the jib comes on too quickly, you can really power the boat up and heel it up too much around this maneuver. So having the sails be as loose as possible for the roundup is pretty critical. And you can see that as we're coming up, the jib has tension, but not too much tension for the roundup. I do a little bit of ease and a little bit of trim back on again to keep the boat kind of charging and keep the slot working between both sails. One of the last key things of this maneuver is, keeping the boat flat the whole way through, keeping both wings out of the water. And that's, I think, what we're going to be talking about a lot of these maneuvers in 20 knots, is if the wings at all touch the water, the boat is going to slow down. And when the boat slows down, the sails load up, the floils load up, and it just creates a lot of problems in the back end. So making sure that, both wings stay out of the water, The consistency of the turn, the consistency of the weight makes it really easy to keep the boat stable, and really having someone on both sheets at all times. Those three things kind of all line up to making this maneuver, better in the end, and keeping it nice and consistent for both the helm and the crew.